12 mind-blowing facts about Suriname, the most unique country in South America travel documentary. Imagine a country where 90% of the land is covered in untouched rainforest, where African Maroon tribes still live by their ancient traditions, and where you can hear Dutch, Hindi, Javanese, and Creole all spoken on the same street. Welcome to Suriname, the most diverse, mysterious, and least visited country in South America. From hidden waterfalls deep in the jungle to vibrant cultural festivals, and from its strong Dutch colonial past to unique tribal customs, Suriname is unlike any other place on Earth. But why is this South American gem still so unknown? Stay with us as we uncover 12 mind-blowing facts that will make you want to book your ticket right now. Fact #1, one of the world's least visited countries. Suriname is one of the least visited countries on the planet, with fewer than 300,000 international tourists per year. That's a fraction of what neighboring Brazil or even tiny Uruguay receives. Despite its incredible biodiversity, rich history, and diverse culture, Suriname remains off the radar for most travelers. One reason for this is its limited tourism infrastructure. There are few large resorts, and much of the country is covered in dense rainforest. Another factor is its remoteness. Major airlines don't frequently fly to Suriname, and many travelers simply don't know much about it. The country also requires visas for many nationalities, adding an extra layer of bureaucracy that discourages casual visitors. However, for those who do make the journey, Suriname offers something most destinations can't: authenticity. There are no massive crowds, no over-tourism, and no commercialized attractions, just pure, untouched nature and raw culture. From jungle expeditions to historic colonial cities, Suriname is a paradise for true adventurers. If you're looking for a country where you can have entire waterfalls or ancient villages all to yourself, Suriname is the ultimate hidden gem. Fact #2, Suriname's deep connection to the Netherlands. Even though Suriname is located in South America, its heart beats to a Dutch rhythm. A former Dutch colony, Suriname was under Dutch rule for nearly 300 years, and its influence is still visible everywhere. The official language of Suriname is Dutch, making it the only country in South America where Dutch is spoken nationwide. This connection runs deep. Surinamese students often study in the Netherlands, and thousands of Surinamese people have family members living in Dutch cities like Amsterdam or Rotterdam. Even the architecture in Paramaribo, the capital, reflects this colonial past, with wooden Dutch-style houses lining its UNESCO-listed historic district. The Dutch influence doesn't stop there. Many Surinamese people love Dutch foods like stroopwafels and bitterballen, and Dutch soccer teams have long been full of Surinamese origin players, including legends like Clarence Seedorf and Ruud Gullit. Despite gaining independence in 1975, Suriname maintains strong economic and political ties with the Netherlands. It's a fascinating mix. Imagine a South American country with Caribbean vibes, where people speak Dutch and have deep-rooted European connections. Fact #3, the Maroon tribes and polygamous traditions. Hidden deep within Suriname's vast rainforests are the Maroon tribes, descendants of enslaved Africans who escaped into the jungle during the colonial era. These groups, such as the Saramacca and Ndyuka peoples, developed completely independent societies, preserving many aspects of their African heritage. Unlike most of Suriname, the Maroon people don't speak Dutch. Instead, they have their own languages derived from African, English, and Portuguese roots. One of the most fascinating aspects of Maroon culture is that polygamy is still practiced in some communities. In these traditional societies, men can have multiple wives, and family structures are built around large, extended households. Women hold significant influence in these communities, managing finances, property, and decision-making. The Maroons have also developed unique religious beliefs, blending West African spiritual traditions with Christianity and local indigenous customs. Many of their villages are only accessible by boat or small aircraft, making them some of the most remote and culturally intact communities in the Americas. Their survival and resistance against colonial rule is an inspiring story of independence, resilience, and cultural preservation. If you visit, expect to experience a completely different way of life, where modern technology and globalization have barely made an impact. Which fact blew your mind the most? Drop the number in the comments. Fact #4. Suriname's vibrant festivals, a cultural explosion. Suriname is a country where cultures don't just coexist, they celebrate together. Thanks to its incredibly diverse population, Suriname hosts some of the most unique and colorful festivals in South America. One of the biggest celebrations is Oru Yari, the Surinamese New Year's Eve, famous for its massive firecracker chains, some stretching over 1 kilometer in length. The streets of Paramaribo erupt into a deafening explosion of sound and color, as locals believe the noise scares away evil spirits and welcomes prosperity for the new year. Another major festival is Diwali, celebrated by the large Hindu community with thousands of oil lamps, diyas, fireworks, and street parades. Then there's Javanese Day, honoring Suriname's Indonesian heritage with traditional dance, food, and music. Eid al-Fitr is widely observed by the country's Muslim population, while Christmas and Easter bring out the best of Suriname's Christian traditions. Perhaps the most visually stunning event is the Pagara Estafette, where entire blocks light up in synchronized firecracker displays. What makes these festivals unique is that people of all backgrounds join in the celebrations, making Suriname a true melting pot of cultures, unlike anywhere else in South America. Fact #5. Suriname's best travel destinations where nature meets history. Despite being one of the least visited countries in the world, Suriname is home to some of the most breathtaking destinations you've probably never heard of. At the top of the list is Brownsberg Nature Park, a paradise for nature lovers featuring waterfalls, hiking trails, and incredible wildlife. It's one of the best places to spot howler monkeys, toucans, and even jaguars. If you're looking for untouched rainforest, head to the Central Suriname Nature Reserve, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, covering over 1.5 million hectares of pure wilderness. Another must-visit is Galabi, a small coastal village where giant leatherback sea turtles nest. Some of these turtles can weigh up to 1,000 pounds. For history buffs, Fort Zeelandia in Paramaribo offers a glimpse into Suriname's colonial past, with Dutch-era buildings and chilling stories from the country's darker days. The capital itself is a UNESCO treasure, where you can walk along Waterkant, a scenic riverfront lined with historic wooden buildings and lively cafes. And if you're craving a completely off-grid experience, visit Danpati River Lodge, a secluded eco-resort deep in the jungle, where you can canoe through untouched Maroon villages and experience pure tranquility. Suriname isn't just a country. It's an adventure waiting to be explored. Fact #6. The cost of living in Suriname affordable but not for everyone. At first glance, Suriname seems like a budget-friendly paradise, but the cost of living depends heavily on your lifestyle. If you live like a local, you can get by on as little as $500 to $800 per month, covering rent, food, and transportation. However, if you prefer an expat-style life with imported goods, high-end restaurants, and modern housing, you might need $1,500 to $2,000 per month. Rent is relatively cheap, with a one-bedroom apartment in Paramaribo costing around $300 to $500. Local markets offer affordable fresh produce, but if you rely on imported goods, expect European-style prices due to high import taxes. Eating out is cheap. A full Surinamese meal can cost as little as $5 to $10, but Western fast food or fine dining can quickly drain your wallet. Transportation is also affordable, with minibuses and taxis costing just a few dollars per ride. However, utilities like electricity and internet can be surprisingly expensive, especially outside the capital. While Suriname is cheaper than most Western countries, it's not the absolute cheapest in South America, but it offers a unique, off-the-grid lifestyle that few other places can match. Out of these 6 facts, which one surprised you the most? Type the number below! Fact #7. Suriname's rainforests, one of the most pristine in the world. Suriname is home to one of the most untouched rainforests on Earth, covering nearly 90% of the country. Unlike many other nations in South America, Suriname's forests remain largely undisturbed, making it a paradise for wildlife lovers and eco-tourists. The Central Suriname Nature Reserve, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, spans over 1.5 million hectares and is filled with exotic species found nowhere else. It's one of the last places on the planet where you can still find jaguars, giant river otters, and tapirs roaming freely. The country also has an astonishing variety of bird species, over 700 different types, including the spectacular Guyanan cock of the rock and the rare harpy eagle. Unlike Brazil or Peru, where deforestation is a huge problem, Suriname has managed to preserve its forests, partly because of its small population and low tourism numbers. If you want to experience true wilderness, Suriname is one of the best places in the world to do it. You can canoe through remote rivers, hike deep into the jungle, and sleep in eco-lodges surrounded by nothing but nature. This is one of the last places on Earth where you can see nature in its purest form. Fact Hash 8. A nation built on water, the power of the Suriname River. Rivers are the lifelines of Suriname, shaping its culture, economy, and way of life. The Suriname River, which cuts through the heart of the country, is the most important waterway, connecting remote villages to the capital, Paramaribo. Many indigenous and Maroon communities live along the riverbanks, relying on it for transportation, food, and daily survival. One of the most stunning spots along the Suriname River is Danpati, an eco-lodge where you can stay in wooden cabins on stilts, surrounded by the sounds of the jungle. Another famous river destination is Brownsberg Lake, a massive artificial reservoir created by the Afobaka Dam, which provides hydroelectric power to much of the country. But rivers aren't just for survival, they're also playgrounds. Locals love to relax on boats, go fishing, or take a refreshing swim in the tropical heat. In the interior, many villages are only accessible by boat, making river travel the ultimate adventure. Whether you're looking to explore hidden waterfalls, visit tribal communities, or just enjoy the peaceful flow of the water, Suriname's rivers are at the heart of everything. Fact Hash 9. A unique blend of religions, one of the most tolerant countries in the world. Suriname is one of the most religiously diverse and tolerant nations on Earth. Unlike most South American countries, where Catholicism dominates, Suriname has a nearly equal mix of Christianity, Hinduism, and Islam, with smaller groups practicing indigenous and African religions. This is one of the few places where you'll find a mosque standing right next to a synagogue, symbolizing the country's harmony and respect for different beliefs. Christianity arrived with the European colonizers. Hinduism and Islam came with the Indian and Javanese immigrants, and African spiritual traditions have been preserved by the Maroon communities. The country even has an official holiday for almost every major religious group, meaning that no matter what your background is, you'll find a community here. Surinamese people don't just tolerate different religions, they embrace them. It's common to see families celebrating multiple religious festivals, and interfaith marriages are widely accepted. This rare mix of beliefs has created a country where faith unites people rather than divides them, a lesson many other nations could learn from. If you had to pick just one mind-blowing fact, which would it be? Let me know in the comments. Fact Hash 10. Suriname's national dish, pom, a fusion of cultures on a plate. If there's one dish that truly represents Suriname's multicultural heritage, it's pom. This delicious oven-baked casserole is a unique blend of African, Jewish, and indigenous influences, making it one of the most iconic meals in the country. The dish was originally introduced by Jewish settlers who used potatoes in their recipes, but since potatoes didn't grow well in Suriname's tropical climate, the locals substituted them with taro root, a type of taro. The result? A rich, flavorful dish that combines chicken, citrus juice, spices, and grated taro root, baked to golden perfection. Pom is typically served on special occasions, such as birthdays and national celebrations, but you can also find it in local restaurants across Paramaribo. The dish reflects Suriname's history, as it fuses ingredients and cooking techniques from indigenous, African, European, and Asian cuisines. While pom is the most famous dish, Surinamese cuisine is full of diverse flavors, from roti and nasi goreng, Indonesian rice, to satay and peanut soup. If you ever visit Suriname, you absolutely have to try pom. It's Suriname on a plate. Fact Hash 11. The mysterious stone figures of Werehpai, Suriname's ancient past. Deep in the rainforests of southern Suriname, near the remote village of Kwamalasamutu, lies one of the country's greatest archaeological mysteries, the Werehpai petroglyphs. Discovered in the 20th century, these ancient stone carvings are believed to be over 5,000 years old, making them the oldest known human-made structures in the region. The carvings depict human figures, animals, and abstract symbols, and their purpose remains unknown. Some researchers believe they were used for spiritual rituals or storytelling, while others think they may have marked significant tribal events. The Trio people, who still inhabit the area, consider the site sacred and believe that it was created by their ancestors long before European colonization. Unlike Machu Picchu or other famous South American archaeological sites, Werehpai remains almost completely undiscovered by mainstream tourism, making it one of the most untouched historical sites in the world. Getting there is no easy feat. You need to fly on a small plane and then travel by boat through the jungle, but for history lovers and adventurers, it's one of Suriname's greatest hidden gems. Fact #12. Suriname's unusual relationship with gold, a country built on precious metal. Gold is one of Suriname's biggest exports, and mining plays a massive role in the country's economy. But the Surinamese gold industry is far from ordinary. In addition to large-scale mining operations, Suriname has a huge number of small-scale, informal gold miners known as pork knockers. These independent miners travel deep into the rainforest, often in remote and dangerous areas, searching for gold using basic tools, metal detectors, and sometimes even their bare hands. While the gold industry brings billions of dollars into Suriname, it also creates serious environmental concerns, as illegal mining leads to deforestation and mercury pollution in the rivers. However, for many Surinamese, gold mining remains one of the few ways to earn a decent living, and entire communities depend on it. Interestingly, gold is also deeply embedded in Surinamese culture, appearing in traditional jewelry, festivals, and even local proverbs. If you ever visit a Surinamese market, you'll find gold being bought and sold everywhere, making it clear that in Suriname, gold isn't just an industry, it's a way of life. Suriname might be one of the least visited countries in the world, but as you've just seen, it's packed with mind-blowing history, stunning nature, and incredible cultural diversity. From its untouched rainforests to its unique blend of traditions, this tiny South American country is truly one of a kind. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want to see more underrated, fascinating destinations, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an adventure. Now tell me in the comments, which fact shocked you the most? Drop the number below and let's see which one wins. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.